Hello, this is your boy Bill Escavava, and as you can see, this is some gameplay of Armello. So this game is basically a board game. So this game is basically a board game like Monopoly, except it's like Game of Thrones with animals. So basically the premise of this is that you pick a class, you're a wolf, a rat, a bear. You pick one of these classes and you basically take turns moving around the board. You get cards. Some cards are equipments that can give you boosts. Other cards are tricks that you can debuff your enemies, and other cards are spells which can give you boosts, but use your magic. Now, the game can be played single player versus the AI, or it can be played multiplayer with 4 people. There aren't that many people playing it, but I do find games in it. I just picked it up on Steam. And I picked it up on Steam because they had a patch, they had an update called Usurpers, and basically 4 new characters had been added in, and the game was cheap, so I thought, why not take a look at it. I think the game's incredibly fun. I enjoy it. Basically, the king, which is the lion, is corrupted, and you're basically trying to overthrow him. So there's 4 ways to win the game. You can either win the game by prestige, as in every time you complete a quest, you get prestige, and then at the end of the 9 turns when the king dies of rot, because he's evil and he's personally dying of evil magic, you just become king, you win the game that way. You can either fight the king, you build up your fight, build up your defenses, take on the king head on, beat the king, and win the game that way. Or you can get spirit stones, which are these stones that appear randomly on the map. If you get 4 of these stones, you can actually verse the king, and then you don't have to beat him, he just banishes. You banishes him because you have the pure stones, and he's evil, so he just dies to that. That's basically how it's won. I think there's a 4th way, but I'm not sure how it's done. But I know those 3 ways, because I've achieved victories using the 3 ways like that. There is a bit of a difficulty beating the king, because he is extremely strong. You do have to wait for him to die, because he loses power every turn. And then eventually you might be able to take him out. There is a wolf girl named River. She's incredibly strong because she can hit 1 turn. The problem is that you do also have to play with dice. So when you go to attack, you roll dice, and then the dice decides if you win or lose. So this game is heavily RNG based. It's random what cards you get, what cards you draw, and it's also random what dice you get, if you get hit or miss or whatever. But this is basically a tabletop game in digital form. Basically a board game. And I think it's incredibly enjoyable. I really enjoy it. It's basically Game of Thrones with animals, and you're basically trying to deceive people, get prestige, or fight all the spirit stones to win. So I just wanted to share this game. I think it's fun. I think if you want a digital game, board game that you can play online, check it out. Please not forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bill Escavava, out.